Been trying to figure out what's wrong with it. It's making a clunking sound. I replaced the front axles because I felt play in them, but that wasn't it. Then I thought it was the U-joints, but that doesn't appear to be it. And when I had it up off the ground, I could tell that the rear axles are bad. So I'm going to take this all apart and swap out the rear axles. Here we go. I'm going to jack it up, take the wheel off. It's a 19 millimeter socket. Get the lug nuts off. You want to be all safe, put this under the frame like that. If it falls, it'll fall on that. So now we got to take the cotter pin out, and the castle nut, and take the hub off, undo the control arms, and we'll see, and then I got to yank the axles out. This can sometimes be the hardest part, getting this lined up to get out of there. I usually want to brake. So I think I got to release the castle nut a little bit first. So I really need to tighten this a little bit to get this to release the cotter pin. Of course it doesn't want to go, so this ought to be interesting. Well, let's do this. I'm going to bend it back over and take the impact and just try and turn it just a little bit to release the pressure off of that. So every time I've done this, this is half the battle. So when I grab that with the pliers and tapped it and pull pressure, sort of straightens it out and comes out a little bit better. So let's see if we can get the nut off now. Gotta use a wrench to get into this one. So we're gonna hang this up here somewhere. Now we'll take the upper, at least the upper off. These are 15 millimeter as well. Take the bottom out too. So I thought you might be able to do this. So you can get it out without taking that bolt out of the bottom apparently. Which is good because that thing is in there to get a breaker bar. Now, so here's the axle. You really need to pull this straight out. I mean, it may come out like this, but I'm gonna take the sway bar off to get it out of the way, then you can just yank straight out. Usually that'll work. So let's see what we got here. Should be a 15, I would imagine. 17. Nope. So I'm going to go to the other side and undo the same thing, and I hope that I can swing that up a little bit. Might have to loosen it. There we go. Alright, so I undid this bolt on the other side. I undid this bolt and dropped that down to bring the control arm up out of the way. Loosen these two bottom bolts so that this will move. Now I should have enough room to yank the axle right out, I hope. There we go. Alright, that took a little tap to get in there. So, I'll put some grease on the wheel bearing. On this spline. hub kind of back in. So when you take it off, it has 2 washers, and when it comes with one, so I'm gonna put the one on. I'm just gonna leave this like this for now because I gotta do the other side before I can put all this back together easily. So I'm gonna go over and do the other side, and then I'll come back and show you how to put the rest of this back together. Alright, so I did the other side. I'm going to put this side back together. So, first let's put the sway bar back. Now on the other side, I put this control arm down and put it back together. It just made it harder to get this back together. So do this first, you're putting it back together. This way you can get a wrench on the back and socket or impact on the front. So now bring that control arm down. Now you're going to snug up the castle nut. Not too tight though. You need to be able to get the cotter pin in there. We have a new cotter pin. That through. Bend that over. Let's put the brake caliper back on. Put the wheel back on, and that's it. So I'm new to this YouTube thing. I'm just trying to film whatever I fix around the house and all my vehicles, and try and do things that I haven't seen on YouTube or I think that are going to help people out fixing stuff. So if this helped you out, can you like or subscribe? It would really help me out. Just getting started. Thanks. Alright, there you have it. New axle's in. I'm going to take it for a ride in a little bit and I'll let you know how it did. Thanks.